Hi Kirby fans, so today we're going to be checking out, is the Kirby in-home service worth the money? So what we'll do is jump straight into it. Hi Kirby fans, welcome back to the channel. There are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products and everything you use in the video. Right, so back to today's video. This is going to be a bit of a doozy, and people like rants. Well, this is sort of a rant. I used to have my Kirby service back in the UK. Not a problem, not an issue. Fantastic service. Used to play for the gold class service. I think it's about £80 back in 2010, 2011, before I moved to Australia. Now they do the same service here, and I've picked up a Kirby that has been serviced. Now, I picked this Kirby up, and as of today, I think it's the 9th of April today, this Kirby was serviced back in February, so it's around 6 weeks. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump in and have a look at this Kirby and see how well it was serviced, and I'll give you a quick look before we even open it at the service report. So what we'll do is dive straight into it. Right, so as you can see, I've blanked out, because I don't want to get anyone in trouble, but I've blanked out, obviously, the address of the Kirby place, the engineer's name, stuff like that. Service plan wasn't renewed. What happened was these people were moving to a retirement home, so they were getting rid of the Kirby. So they'd had it 6 weeks before and had it serviced. Like I said, today is the 9th of April, so it's around 6 weeks. So Kirby have ticked off that everything's okay with it. The wiring, the brush roll, belt, base plate, power switch, headlamp, front axle, all these things you can see are all ticked. There's nothing there that's ticked that's saying it's damaged, needs replacing, anything like that. They did have the gold service. It doesn't say how much it is here, but that's what I used to have in the UK. So like I said, fantastic service. I had it with all my Kirbys in the UK and didn't have a problem. We're going to dive in and look at this Kirby out. Now I know there's certain issues with it, so I will show you those as we open it up. But yeah, you'll be quite shocked considering that someone's paid for this yearly service, and this is the, well, in my opinion, the service they got was, yeah, wait and see. So what we'll do is we'll dive in and have a look at the Kirby. Right, so what we've picked up is a 2014 Avalir 100. Now to get this for a bargain, or assume it's been a bargain, but we're going to jump in and we're going to have a look, strip it down and make sure it's been serviced properly. And everything is as it says on that service sheet. And now we'll show you the service sheet at the end, so make sure you stick around the end to see what's been ticked off as okay and what's been ticked off as faulty. So what we'll do is dive in and have a look at this Avalir. Right, so we're going to start by taking the puddle head off, or power nozzle, whatever you want to call it, and we'll just check the fan. Okay, so there you go, you can see the fan's reasonably good. There's no chips in there, there's no hairs or anything around here, so that's fine. Obviously, I'd go more in depth when I strip it down. So next is the brush roll, and we'll have a look at the brush roll. So that's not on, so take this brush roll out. And we can see, now, it's only been 6 weeks, so it's on number 3. And I can see just by looking at it, I've got more hair on my head than what's left on that. That would have no real agitation whatsoever. So we'll take that out actually, so you can have a look. So there we go. So what we'll do is we'll grab a new brush roll, and I'll show you the difference in the brush roll. Right, so we've got 2 brush rolls here. This is the new one. Okay, you can see there's no belt wear on there because it's a brand new brush roll, and they're really stiff. Okay, and then we've got this one, which I don't think it'd sweep up a moth, let alone clean your carpet. So as you can see, there's bristles missing there. It's not the best brush roll in the world. And there is a new brush roll. So if we put those together, you're missing, well, okay, so you're missing about 3 or 4 mil. So you've lost about 3 or 4 mil off there to begin with, which is, say, 1/8 of an inch. And why is that still in there? That's what I want to know. People have paid for this service, so why is that still in there? Now the gold service, I know back in the UK it covered all your parts, so if you need a brush roll they would replace it under that warranty, under that service, because you're paying £80 a year for this service, and there was no charge for the parts on the gold plan. Whether it's different in Australia, I'm not too sure, but that was the whole point of the service in the UK, and that's what you pay for. Now they must have used, obviously they've used it since then in the past 6 weeks, so it's not too bad. A little bit of dirt in there, but you know, that's pretty decent for what it is. You can see he's shined it up, so it's got a bit of a shine left on there as well, so that's fine. So at the moment we've just got the brush roll. So what we'll do now is we'll delve in and have a look inside this Kirby. So far we've deducted that it needs a new brush roll. Now like I said, in the UK, when I paid for my £80 service, I paid for my gold service with Kirby every year. I got a new bag, new belts, anything that needed changing was changed under that service. There was no charge for fitting fees, there was no charge for the parts. It was all covered in that insurance because you're paying it every single year. So we're going to dive in now and have a look at the state of the rest of this Kirby. So what we'll do is we'll zoom in, remove the bag, have a look inside there, and then we'll take the top off and have a look inside the Kirby. I will speed it up via time lapse as well, just to make this video not so long. So we'll jump in and have a look if there's anything else wrong. Okay, so that's not looking too bad. And that is pretty clean inside. So we'll just take the tech drive out and just make sure there's nothing in there. There shouldn't be anything in there. Obviously the wheels, you can see they're all worn. So we'll just flip that over and take the tech drive out. Right, so now we've got the tech drive out. Let's check the tech drive. So that's in neutral, and surprise, surprise, it's clicking. Now whether he fixed that, I wouldn't think he did. If he's fitted a new switch, it would have fixed that, and it's only been 6 weeks. So quickly take this apart for a time lapse, and I'll put an iCard above link into a video on how to repair this. Make sure you check that out at the end of the video. No grease, so there's no grease on there, which there should be. And we've got a massive gap, so you can see I can get my pen in there, so that should have been replaced by Kirby. Obviously I'm going to fix it on how I normally fix it, and like I said, I'll put an iCard above link into that video. Right, so I'll fix that now. It's all tapped down, put some hot glue around there, that's fine. So we're just going to put this back on and put a bit of grease on there and get it back together. And that now, put it in drive, neutral, it's working fine. So what I did have to do as well was take the axle out, clean the axle and re-grease the bearings that were in there. So this, no way has this been serviced. Right, so first up, what I've noticed, and I don't know how crucial this is, there's no cable tie being put back on there for starters. This cable should be shoved up here, up there, and there should be a cable tie to stop this catching on your tech drive belt. So we'll just undo this and dive even deeper. So that's pretty clean in there. So it looks like he's took it apart. Now, 6 weeks use. Let's undo this fan and see what's behind here. Now bear in mind, these people were moving to a retirement home. They were selling their house, and obviously they wasn't going to use the Kirby that much, which he said he hadn't used it. He said he's used it once or twice. I don't know how true that is. Obviously his partner's hair wrapped around there. this should be spotless behind here. Now, I'm no scientist, but I've had Kirby's, and you know, to me, there shouldn't be that much amount of dust in 6 weeks behind there. No way. I mean, I probably should be wearing gloves. I mean, I'm gonna resurface this anyway. Take that out. There's no, that is dry as a bone. That hasn't been greased. So there's no grease in there. Okay, so it hasn't been re-greased. That's dry as a bone. We'll take this switch off. This should have all been cleaned out as well. So just pull that switch off, and there should be no debris behind here. Not in 6 weeks. No way. That's pretty clean. That's pretty clean. Put that back on for now. Okay, so it's a bit grimy. Where it is, where it is. It needs a new fan because there's all chips in there. It's not cracked. I mean, it is, you can get away with it. But if it was serviced, and that's 6 weeks, as standard when Kirby do your service, you get a new fan and new belt straight away, and a bag. So that hasn't been replaced either. Right, before we tail off with this video and we jump into looking quickly at that report, I just want to say, don't forget, everything I use in the videos, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products. Make sure you check those out. And if you're looking at servicing your own Kirby, I will put an card above linking how to do that. There's plenty of videos on this channel for that to save you lots of money. So we'll dive in now and we'll have a look at the service report. All right, so let's quickly look at this service sheet. So first up, we've got the wire integrity is fine. Brush roll, I'd say no, needs a new one. Belt was fine. Base plate and trims, they were all fine. Power switch was fine. Headlamp and bulb, that was fine. So front axle was fine. Rear axle and rear wheel shafts, that's a definite no. We've got clicking. I'll put an card above linking to a video on how to repair that. Handle spring and assistance, that was fine. Fan assistance, no, needed a new fan. Height adjuster, that was fine. Base plate was fine. Carbon brushes were fine. Motor belt housing was fine. Armature was fine. Fill was fine. Bearings were fine. Fill tube and cord. Transmission tech drive, no, it's clicking, so no, that needs looking at. And when we've opened it up, it's the cam assistance, so it needs that thing tapping back, which I'll do. I mean, obviously it has had a polish, so I don't think he did fully strip this down. Now, I have covered everything up because I don't want to name names or anything like that, but you know, this to me is disgusting. Just have a quick refresher on the 3 parts that were, yeah, supposedly serviced. So we've got the brush roll. Like I said, I got more hair on my head that actually left on that brush roll, which is ridiculous. That should have been changed. I fitted a new fan because the fan wasn't changed. No way was that fan changed 6 weeks ago. No way. And the tech drive. So for the tech drive, I've repaired the pedal, so that works. And what I had to do as well, because it was still clicking, was take the axle out, give it a clean and re-grease it, which Kirby normally do as part of the service. So none of this was done. That adjustment there wasn't greased and the pedal wasn't looked at and repaired. Now, as for the Kirby service, make up your own mind. Like I said, when I was in the UK, I didn't have an issue. My advice is if you're paying for that Kirby service, make sure you're there when he does it and make sure that things get changed that need to be changed. So if they tell you the brush roll's okay, double check it yourself, just make sure it is, or even check everything that you can see physically before they come and service your Kirby. You're paying for that service, and on Australia, it's probably not cheap. I thought it was reasonably cheap in the UK at £80. I don't know how much it is now. It might be £100 for that gold service, and it was worth it because they changed your bag, your belt, and they changed your fan. This Kirby hasn't had a new fan, and it hasn't had a new brush roll, and that was all within the plan when I was in the UK and I had my Kirby serviced. So before we go, I'm starting something new just to check how many people are watching this to the end, and I want you to comment in the comments down below if you've had any issues with Kirby. And also there's a secret code word, and the secret code word for this video is who's your favourite, Scooby-Doo or Scrappy-Doo. So just comment Scooby-Doo or comment Scrappy-Doo, and that will confuse everybody who hasn't watched this video to the end. Again, those who are new to the channel, if you find you're getting value out of this content, then contemplate showing support by slapping that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Give us a big thumbs up and comment down below. I will reply to the comment, and if you like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. So what we'll do is we'll cut to any bloopers, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hi Kirby fans, so today we're going to be checking is the Kirby inside and everything is as it says on the